So I like to show people how to make six figures in a year. Okay. And if you can do it, you don't have to be full-time at this. You can do it part-time, but this path to financial freedom is not difficult. It requires you to stay consistent. Just stick with things and get rocking and rolling. You may have this whole idea of what you want to accomplish, and that's great. But I may tell you, you're doing it the wrong way. You're making it harder upon yourself trying to go the real estate route versus the note route, because that's the mistake I made early on. One of my biggest mistakes that I made early on as a note investor is I came from the real estate side, said I'm going to foreclose on everything. I'm going to buy stuff and it's going to be occupied. I don't care. I'm going to foreclose on those people because they don't deserve it. That's my thought. Okay. First 2 years, I was trying to foreclose on everything. And what would that require? Well, it required servicing costs more because non-performing notes, the servicing is a little bit more than performing. Attorney fees to foreclose, and every state's a little bit different in that. And that can drag out from anywhere from 90 days to a couple years. And so I'm putting money out. And then also, if I'm borrowing money, I got to pay money to my investors, right? So I have money going out, nothing coming in except a foreclosure later on in 6, 12 months. If it didn't sell there, then I got to rehab it. And that's more money going out before I can ultimately sell it. And I wish I could go back down in time and change what I did the first 2 years, whereas all the stuff that I bought very, very cheap and foreclosed on, I bought it cheap. I wish I would have gone in and modified more of it, turned it into cash flow and held it for cash flow. Because my big goal is, if you're buying a non-performing note and it's occupied, is if you don't get the bar back on track in 90 days, then you foreclose. But a lot of people out there, they want to get back on track. They want to stay in their house. And you can sit up and make great returns, great cash flow by modifying loans, occupied notes, getting people back on track. So that if you look at the ROI of buying a non-performing note and getting it reperforming versus buying a non-performing note and having to go through the foreclosure, it will vary. But most times, 9 out of 10, it's going to be a bigger bang for your buck and more worth your while to buy non-performing, get the borrowers back on track, hold for cash flow for a period of time, and then sell that note off as a reperformer. Because if you do that, you got cash flow coming in, your servicing costs go down, you don't have any legal fees because the borrower is paying on time, repair costs of the property, and you can actually sell the asset off for about what you would net, if not more than what you would net selling the asset and rehabbing it. So that's the thing I want you to keep in mind. Okay.